You pull your first carrot with excitement, been waiting months for this moment. You grab the green tops, give it a tug, and up comes a stub, thin as your pinky finger, 3 inches long. Looks like something you'd feed a rabbit, not your family. Meanwhile, your neighbor pulls carrots thick as your wrist, 8 inches long, perfect orange color, restaurant quality. Same soil, same seeds, same planting date. Their carrots look like they belong in a magazine. Yours look like they gave up halfway. Fix these 3 mistakes and carrots go from finger-sized to fist-sized. From 3 inches to 8 inches. Stay till the end because I'm revealing the soil depth mistake that blocks carrots from sizing up, and the spacing error that starves roots before they can grow. Before we start, drop a comment right now telling me what country you're watching from. I want to see every single location in this community. I post simple tips like this every week. Subscribe so you won't miss out. Let's get into it. Mistake number 1 is planting carrots in soil that's too shallow or too compacted. This is the number 1 reason for short, stubby carrots. Carrots are tap roots. They grow straight down. If they hit hard pan, clay layer, or compacted soil at 4 inches deep, they stop growing downward. The root can't push through. Instead, it gets thick and stubby, or it forks and splits trying to find a way around the obstruction. You've seen those weird Y-shaped carrots, or carrots with multiple legs going in different directions. That's the root hitting an obstacle underground. A rock, a clay clump, compacted layer. The root tries to grow around it and deforms. Different carrot varieties need different soil depths. Stump-rooted varieties like Chantonnay need minimum 6 inches of loose soil. Standard varieties like Nantes need 8 to 10 inches. Long varieties like Imperator need 12 inches or more. Plant an Imperator variety in 6-inch deep soil, and you're guaranteed disappointment. Here's how to test your soil depth. Take a metal rod or long screwdriver. Push it straight down into the soil where you plan to plant carrots. If it stops or gets really hard to push at 5 or 6 inches, you've found your problem. That's your hard pan layer. Carrots won't grow past that point. Zones 3 through 6 often have heavy clay subsoil. Zones 7 through 9 might have caliche or hard pan layers. Zones 10 and 11 deal with compacted sandy soil. Fix this by preparing soil 12 to 15 inches deep minimum before planting. Use a broad fork to break up compacted layers without destroying soil structure. Or double dig if you have the energy. Work in compost to the full depth to keep soil loose. If your soil has hard pan you can't break through or is full of rocks, build raised beds. Fill them with 12 to 15 inches of loose compost-rich soil. This gives carrots unrestricted downward growth. Or grow carrots in containers at least 12 inches deep. Use stump-rooted varieties in 8 to 10 inch containers. One critical note: never add fresh manure or very rich compost right before planting carrots. Fresh nitrogen makes carrots fork and split. Prepare soil with compost in fall for spring planting. If you're realizing soil depth was your problem, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Mistake number 2 is planting carrots too close together and not thinning them properly. This creates root competition that keeps every carrot small. Carrot seeds are tiny. People scatter them in rows thinking they'll thin later. Seeds germinate thick as grass. Hundreds of seedlings in a small space. Each one competing for the same water, nutrients, and space. When carrots are crowded, they focus energy on leaves instead of sizing roots. The tops look fine, healthy green foliage. But underground the roots stay thin because there's no room to expand. You end up with finger-thick carrots even after months of growth. Each carrot needs about 2 to 3 inches of space in all directions to size up properly. That means final spacing of 2 to 3 inches between carrots in the row, and rows 6 to 8 inches apart minimum. Plant them closer, and you're guaranteeing small roots. Most people plant carrots and never thin them. Thinning feels wasteful. You're pulling up perfectly good seedlings and throwing them away, but leaving them overcrowded wastes the entire crop. You get nothing of good size. Here's the right way to thin carrots. Do it in stages. When seedlings are 1 to 2 inches tall, thin to about 1 inch apart. 2 to 3 weeks later, when plants are stronger, thin again to final spacing of 2 to 3 inches. This stage approach prevents shocking the remaining plants. Thin on a calm day or when soil is moist so you don't disturb neighboring roots. Snip unwanted seedlings at soil level with scissors instead of pulling them. Pulling can disturb the carrots you want to keep. Don't waste those thinnings. The second thinning especially produces tiny baby carrots, perfect for salads. Sweet, tender, elegant looking. If thinning feels like too much work, use seed tape. Seeds are pre-spaced at correct distances. Just lay the tape in your furrow, cover with soil, water, and forget about thinning. Or mix seeds with sand before sowing. Use about a tablespoon of seed to a cup of sand. Sow pinches of this mix along the row. The sand spaces seeds naturally and makes it easy to see where you've already sown. One warning about thinning. Thinning releases that carroty scent which attracts carrot fly. Thin at dusk when flies are less active. Water immediately after thinning to knock down the scent. Or thin when it's raining, because carrot fly don't like flying in wet conditions. Type thinning if you've never thinned your carrots and now realize why they stayed small. Mistake number 3 is inconsistent watering during the critical sizing phase. This is the mistake people make even when soil depth and spacing are perfect. Carrots do most of their sizing in the final 4 to 6 weeks before harvest. During this window, they need consistent soil moisture to swell properly. Not wet, not dry, consistent. When soil dries out during sizing, root growth stops. The carrot goes into survival mode. It focuses on staying alive, not sizing up. When you water again after a dry spell, growth resumes, but the damage is done. You've lost critical sizing time. Cycles of dry and wet cause carrots to split and crack. The root shrinks slightly when dry. Then when you flood it with water, the outer layers absorb moisture faster than the core. This creates internal pressure. The carrot splits open, ruined. Inconsistent moisture also causes excessive root hair growth. Those fine feeder roots covering the main carrot. When carrots struggle for moisture, they grow more root hairs trying to find water. This makes carrots look hairy and rough instead of smooth. Stressed carrots from inconsistent watering also taste bitter. Consistently watered carrots stay sweet and tender. Water deeply but infrequently in early growth to encourage roots to grow down. Once carrots reach sizing phase, about 8 to 10 weeks after sowing, switch to consistent moderate watering. Check soil moisture every 2 to 3 days. Water when top inch feels dry. Water deeply enough to wet soil to the full depth of the carrot. If carrots are growing 8 inches deep, water needs to penetrate 8 inches down. Mulch between rows with straw or grass clippings, 2 to 3 inches deep. This keeps soil moisture consistent by reducing evaporation. In zones 3 through 6 with regular rainfall, you might only need to water during dry spells. Zones 7 through 9 with hot summers need consistent watering through sizing phase. Zones 10 and 11 might need daily watering in sandy soil. Container carrots need daily checking. Containers dry out faster than ground. Don't let containers completely dry out during sizing, or you'll get stunted roots. Start consistent watering when carrot shoulders begin showing at soil surface. This signals sizing phase has begun. Continue consistent moisture until harvest. Now here's something that connects all 3 mistakes. Choosing the wrong carrot variety for your conditions makes every mistake worse. If you have shallow soil or struggle to prepare deep beds, grow stump-rooted varieties like Chantenay or Parmex. These reach full size in 6 to 8 inches of soil. You can't grow 8-inch carrots in 6-inch soil, but you can grow 4-inch carrots successfully. Imperator and Autumn King varieties need deep, loose soil, proper spacing, and consistent moisture. Grow these only if you've fixed all three mistakes. Native varieties are the best all-rounders. 6 to 8 inches long, tolerant of less than perfect conditions, sweet and tender. If you're new to carrots, start with Nantes. Choose varieties suited to your growing season length. Zones 3 and 4 need fast-maturing varieties that size up in 70 to 80 days. Zones 8 through 11 can grow slower main crop varieties. Here's a bonus. Don't harvest too early before carrots reach full size. Check maturity dates on your seed packet. Add 1 to 2 weeks, because maturity dates assume perfect conditions. Brush soil away from the shoulder to check diameter. Nantes varieties should be 3/4 to 1 inch across at the shoulder. Chantenay should be 1 to 1.5 inches. Later harvests also taste sweeter. Carrots exposed to light frost convert more starches to sugars. In zones 3 through 7, carrots harvested after first frost are noticeably sweeter. That said, don't leave carrots too long. Over-mature carrots get woody cores. Harvest when they reach target size for your variety. 3 mistakes keep carrots small, even when plants look healthy. Shallow or compacted soil stops downward growth. Carrots hit hardpan and stay short. Overcrowding creates competition. Roots can't expand. They stay thin. Inconsistent watering during sizing phase stops root development. Fix soil depth by preparing 12 to 15 inches deep or using raised beds. Fix spacing by thinning to 2 to 3 inches apart. Fix watering by maintaining consistent moisture during the final 4 to 6 weeks before harvest. Which mistake was keeping your carrots small? Shallow soil? Overcrowding? Inconsistent water? All 3? Drop a comment and tell me. And if you're already growing 8-inch carrots, share your zone and variety so beginners see what works. If this just upgraded your carrot game, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Share this with anyone growing stubby carrots. Thumbs up if you're preparing deeper soil from now on. Healthy tops don't mean big roots. Fix what's underground and carrots will deliver. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.